Well, breaking news coming in from the Indian Premier League. T. Natarajan, the Sunrisers Hyderabad bowler from Tamil Nadu, has been ruled out of the IPL with a knee injury. I'll give you more updates on that, on what happened, how he's coping with the stress in the knee. But before that, here's a quick look at why you should download the FanFight app.
It's match day. Play fantasy cricket now. Get up to 2.5 crores daily and lots more. 20 times more. Win big on FanFight. This game involves an element of financial risk and may be addictive. Please play responsibly and at your own risk.
Well, T. Natarajan, like I said, has been ruled out of the 2021 Indian Premier League. He's been ruled out of the Sunrisers Hyderabad squad. He played only he played only two matches. Of course, from what we are hearing, the franchisee has not yet decided on a replacement. And remember, replacements in these times, in the times of bio bubbles, are a little more complicated, right? The players come in, they do go through a process of quarantine before joining up with the teams in their bio bubbles. So that's the update from the SRH camp and from the IPL. That T. Natarajan has been ruled out. Well, he played only two games in the IPL this year against Kolkata Knight Riders and Royal Challengers Bangalore before he was replaced by Khalil Ahmed for their next two games, the last of which was against Punjab Kings, which Sunrisers Hyderabad won by 9 wickets. So that's uh, the update. And remember, Thursday, after Hyderabad won their first game after Hyderabad won their first game of the season against Punjab, David Warner had said that T. Natarajan was suffering from a sore knee and that Natarajan needed scans. But would Natarajan be allowed to leave the bio bubble? And that was something that they were pondering over. And we've obviously now know that he has been ruled out of the IPL and that he could be back at the NCA for his rehab. And Natarajan was, of course, part of the India team in Australia. He made his Test debut there. He debuted for India down under in Australia. Back home, he wasn't selected for the series against England, for the matches against England. He was also dealing with a sore shoulder, remember. So that there was also that shoulder injury that T. Natarajan had to deal with. And this is what VVS Lakshman had said, the SRH mentor. He had said, yes, unfortunately, Natarajan missed out because of a sore knee and a niggle in his left knee. He was ruled out of this match. So he was unfit for this match, and that's why we went with Khalil Ahmed. We are going to assess the condition of Natarajan, and I'm sure that the medical staff of Sunrisers will take the right decision, which will be beneficial for him and the franchisee. That was, of course, after T. Natarajan was ruled out of the third game for Sunrisers Hyderabad. Yes, it is a blow to Sunrisers Hyderabad. Of course, T. Natarajan was very impressive for SRH in the UAE last year. Went on to make his debut for India, earned a name for himself with his skill set. But then we all remember that heroes welcome T. Natarajan got after the tour of Australia, right? It was a proper heroes welcome. But of course, apparently that niggle that he had sustained, which ruled him out of the Indian series as well, did he carry that from Australia? There was no official confirmation of that. So why wasn't that niggle fixed? What was going on with T. Natarajan's injury? And just two matches into the IPL, now he's broken down again, and he won't take any further part in the tournament for Sunrisers Hyderabad. The 30-year-old pacer from Tamil Nadu, unfortunately, will miss the rest of the IPL after playing only two games in this edition of the tournament, the 14th edition of the tournament. Of course, it was this injury that he played. Of course, he was a crucial part of that Test series triumph in Australia. He made his debut in the Test series in Australia, but he missed the most of that T20 series against England, playing one T20. And of course, he came back and played that final ODI against England. So that is the nature of this injury, right? He's where did this injury start? Did he carry that niggle back from Australia? Played only two matches against England in the home series, one T20I and the final ODI. So that was what he had said. And I'll also take you back to David Warner's comments yesterday when he was speaking on Tina Trajan's injury. He said he obviously has a sore knee. Given the circumstances in these bubbles, if he goes and gets a scan, he obviously has to sit out for 7 days and get back into quarantine. So we're just monitoring at the moment. The physios are doing their best to analyze, but he obviously has to have a scan at some point. That is what SRH captain David Warner had said about Tina Trajan, who has now been ruled out of the 2021 IPL. Again, I'm going back to where he sustained his injury. Where did he carry his injury from? Did he have a niggle in Australia? Did he come back home and then, of course, played just those two matches against England, the T20I and the final ODI, also against England, which India won, the deciding ODI, which India won to take the series 2-1 against England. Well, that's the latest update. We'll try and figure out what else is happening around Tina Trajan. When is he joining the National Cricket Academy camp, whether he's going to the NC in Bangalore, or when he's leaving the team bio bubble. We'll of course have that all figured out, and of course you'd hear it first on Sports Today, like you do with a lot of news around cricket and other sports. So that's the latest. Like I said at the front of this show, Tina Trajan, the Sunrisers Hyderabad pacer, the 30-year-old left-arm pacer from Tamil Nadu, who made his India debut in Australia, has been ruled out of the 2021 IPL after playing just two matches against Kolkata Knight Riders and Royal Challengers Bangalore. Of course, he was replaced by Khalil Ahmed for the next two matches. And you heard what I said about Tina Trajan, what the SRH captain David Warner said, that he was being monitored as of yesterday. So this is the latest development. He was being monitored by the Sunrisers Hyderabad physios, by the medical staff, and now they've obviously come to a decision that he's not fit enough to take the field again for the course of this tournament, and he needs immediate attention. That knee needs immediate medical attention, and he's been ruled out of the rest of the tournament, the rest of the 2021 IPL. What sort of treatment is meted out? We'll of course wait for the details, where he's going, whether he needs a rehab. All of that will of course need to be figured out, and we will be on top of it to get you all the latest updates from that development. Sunrisers Hyderabad, of course, have some, the remaining pacers. You have Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Khalil Ahmed, you have Siddharth Kaul, Sandeep Sharma, Basil Thampi, and of course, all-rounder Jason Holder from the West Indies, and that's their fast bowling bench strength. So that's their fast bowling core group, and of course, Tina Trajan formed a very crucial part of that fast bowling core. So that will be something that the Sunrisers Hyderabad will miss. We're waiting to hear about a replacement for Tina Trajan. This news has just trickled in, and we're getting you all the fresh and the latest updates around Tina Trajan. But yes, this will be a cause for concern, and figure out where the injury happened. Where did he pick it up? Did he carry that niggle back from Australia to India? What happened around that? What was he treated? What was the treatment? What was the rehab procedure? And if he did indeed carry that niggle into the IPL, then why was he allowed to play those two matches instead of going for rehab? So a lot of these questions that we're looking answers for, we'll hopefully have some of them for you, as along with the latest updates on the situation around Tina Trajan. But what we can say for sure is that Tina Trajan has been ruled out of the 2021 IPL. Sunrisers Hyderabad fast bowler Natarajan. So that's all that we have. We'll of course keep track of developments. We'll keep track of what's happening and how the rehab process works out for Tina Trajan, what is in store for the fast bowler, what sort of rehab happens. We'll be able to get you a lot of those details very, very shortly. And of course, we hope that Tina Trajan recovers quickly from his sore knee, from the stress in his knee, and is able to do justice to his talent. He's a 30-year-old seamer, remember, so he'd want to get back and start playing cricket again very, very soon. And hopefully, we will see him back playing competitive cricket sooner rather than later. Well, thank you so much for joining me on this segment for the updates. That's all that we have. Please keep following us. Please do subscribe to Sports Today, and of course, you know the situation with that game there. Rajasthan Royals are in the of course in the final over of the innings. It's 170 for 9, and again, Royal Challengers Bangalore were brilliant up front. Mohammad Siraj making quite a dent up front. He first removed Josh Butler, and then of course accounted for the dangerous David Miller for a 2-ball duck. And Sanju Samson, again, we've spoken about him and his consistency, didn't get too many runs. Got out for 18, for an 18-ball 20 before before a couple of cameos from Shivam Dubey and Riyan Parag and Rahul Tewatia they've sort of given that total some sense of respectability. But how effective will those innings be against a champion, against a firing batting lineup like Royal Challengers Bangalore? The batting unit is really firing, hasn't it? We'll have to wait and see. Of course, we'll get you all the updates from that match in our post-match analysis as soon as this game is over. So thank you and have a very good evening.